Round 2, fight. Finish him. Where is Bud the Destroyer? He must be chewing on internet cables, obviously. The traveler has come. Choose and perish. Oh. Speak of the devil. Bud, are you a whiny wimp? Whiny wimp. Whiny wimp. Bud is a whiny wimp. What is it? We want the Bud, not Ben. Sacrilege. Bud doesn't know how to build anything except for turds. Bud, are you a turd builder? Bud. Bud still in a dream, turd builder. Bud, where'd you go? Come here, Bud. Bud just eats lettuce and makes jelly beans. Yes, Bud, I've got some nice lettuce from Taco Bell for you. Come and eat it. If you will not come to the cute side, then perhaps Bud will. No! Meow. Bud, are you being a shy mewer today? Shy mewer. I got you! Now you are my prisoner. Prisoner cat. Prisoner cat. Now you are a prisoner cat. Prisoner cat. Prisoner cat. Whoa. Oh. He does not like to be held near this workbench for some reason. Probably all the noxious fumes. Bud, you are a noxious fume. Bud's like, I'll be in my trailer. I'm Bud. I'm still in a dream, Ben Eater. Some days you make a computer, dun, 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 and then you make another computer, and then you put Petsky robots on the computer. I have tried that, Brian. I have a bunch. I used them for a while, but then I was getting like inconsistent results. Like I'd build them, but then they also wouldn't be like very well centered, which is kind of weird. So I've been kind of going back to using this regular old thumbsticks, but I guess I've got them if I need them. But still in a dream, Greenie Eater. Well, I don't think anything interesting has happened since yesterday. The weather cooled down, that's good. A 7-minute stream, yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. Bud, what are you doing now? Are you being bad? Bad, Bud. Are you climbing on something you're not supposed to? Probably. Is it a day ending in Y? What? What are you destroying now? What? What are you doing over there? That's not where a cat should be. Are you trying to climb on the furnace? You'll be once bitten, twice shy. What are you doing? I'm gonna send you to cat jail. What are you doing up there? That's not where you're allowed to be. Your only place that you can be is in your box. That's right. You are my prisoner. Even though you are cute, you are a prisoner. You are a prisoner. You know how Foreigner made that song, Prisoner of Love? You're a prisoner of loaf. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. The play. Yeah, I heard about the playable Super 8 teaser. It was like you were wandering around in the train wreckage, right? You know, I think J.J. Abrams is actually a good director, but the problem is he would only direct movies with bad scripts. Except for maybe Mission Impossible 3. Now what are you doing, bud? Are you trying to, like, win some sort of bad cat award? Mondays, am I right? Are you trying to eat an Atari box? But no, don't eat that. I gave you perfectly good food and you're not going to eat wires. They have no nutritional benefits at all. All your friends are here, waiting for you. Scooby-Dooby Bud, where are you? Scooby-Dee Bud. Rover rear. I like that Robot Chicken where Elizabeth Salander joins the crew. They should let Robot Chicken make a Star Wars movie. I mean, it couldn't be any worse, right? Go for Papa Palpatine. I don't know. Coleslaw. I'm not even going to eat it. Bud, do you want some coleslaw that you won't even eat? I don't even think the Cloverfield movies have any connection to each other. They're all like, well, at least the sequels, it's like they just buy some movie and then they stick some footage on it and they're like, oh, it's a Cloverfield movie. It's like, nobody wants to see this movie about John Goodman and Mary Elizabeth Winstead in a bomb shelter. Well, what if we made it a Cloverfield movie? Oh my God, you're a genius. They should have made Supergirl a Cloverfield movie. In the universe of Cloverfield. John Wick Cloverfield Backrooms. I'm gonna shoot the monster. I have seen many strange things already. Right. Let's do the face button thing next. 1, 2, 3. That doesn't fit. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things does not belong. Bud, what are you doing out there? No one can see your cuteness out there. Ben, do you still communicate with your former cast members from the show? Yeah, actually, Max and I were having a long conversation earlier today about how Toy Story should end in the dump. And we were like, what What is really the message of Toy Story? It's that toys should selfishly live forever. Yeah. So. And Allison and I had like this long running joke about. Well, her thing was like, "Oh, Ben." Of course, this goes way back. She's like, "Ben, you should for Halloween. You should be the ginger wildling from Game of Thrones." And so I was like, "Okay, Allison, if I do that, I'm gonna need a bunch of animal pelts." And then she's like, "No." Felix visited. God, when was that? I think that was like earlier this year, like around Christmas or sometime. He stopped by. We hung out for a while, and we went to the bar. He was talking about maybe moving back to the Madison area. I ran into Karen at Menards, I think it was last year. I thought she was my sister at first, as much as Cree hates to talk about that. I was like, what is Cree doing in the return line at Menards? And then I was like, oh, it's Karen. She was telling me she works at the what's that place? The Overture Center. I think she's like events manager there now or something. Over-engineered to the max. I still want to make a video with Felix sometime, next time he hangs out, if he's up for it, because I'm sure everyone would get a kick out of that. Like a look, it's Felix video. Yes, Randy, I reconnected, and almost nobody even could tell. You couldn't even tell what happened. Yeah. It was transparent almost. Oh, so anyway, the other day, I think it was Saturday I think it was Sunday. I found this dying rabbit in the backyard, and yeah, and I did what had to be done, which is a lot more gruesome when you can't shoot guns because you're living in the city. And then I texted Allison, and I'm like, well, I'm one step closer to my ginger wildling outfit. Wow, $13? That's a pretty good price. That's even better than the Menards price. Alright, let's let that glue dry a little bit. I guess I can do some other stuff in the meantime. Oh yeah, there's a Hall effect sensor one. Yeah, like, it's weird. Like, they don't always center properly, so it's almost like in a way they're worse. I used them for a while, but then why did I grab 2 or 3? Yeah, I tried them. I think they're like $5 a piece. I don't know, maybe that was too cheap. I'm getting kind of low on these potentiometers. I need to do a DigiKey order soon anyway if I'm going to do that project. Atari project. It's okay, stranger. I was able to do it in one swing. But it did make me think, it's like, oh, this is why people like guns, because you don't have to look at things in the eye. I think it was probably attacked by a dog. It had a... It was weird. It didn't even make any noise. Like, I was like looking at it, trying to figure out what was wrong, but it had a big hole in its stomach, and it was already smelling south of cheese, so yeah, it was doomed. Well, it's even worse. It kind of smelled like a sweaty ball sack. So now, like, whenever I scratch my nuts, it makes me think of it. Maybe that says more about my ball sack than it does about a dying rabbit. Yeah, I guess it could have been a hawk. It was a pretty, yeah, it was a pretty good size hole. It was, I could see like its stomach and stuff, so it was screwed. It was like Boyfin. It was like well, I think I was like had just eaten breakfast or something. I looked out, and then it was like just laying there, like right over like where the ash stump was. I don't know why it decided to lay there. And then I noticed there was like flies and stuff. I could like see them from the kitchen, so I was like, oh, that's not good. And then I walked out and it didn't move, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. So yeah, it was weird. It didn't even make any noise when I examined it. It didn't try to bite me either, but it was pretty sad. It was panting pretty hard. And that was like, it was probably like 90 degrees out, so. Oh, there's Bud. I want you to go shoot that old yellow bud. Kind of reminded me of the dog we had out in the country. Sheila, if Carrie's still here, like Sheila would like catch rabbits and like torture them, and then it'd be like bad, and then put it out as misery. But in the country, you can use guns. It's you don't have to face it. Okay, I probably shouldn't say that on stream. I did think through my mind, it's like, if I had some 22 shorts, but that's still illegal, even if nobody can hear it. Bud, are you a cute cat? A hard day's work of what? Bud's a bum! Bum, Bud. Bum, bum, Bud. Bud, are you a Bud bum? You a Bud bum bath bomb? Oh, that's gross. Yeah, why couldn't it have died on the night of July 4th? No one would have known. Bud, are you clean now? Do you want a bath? Is Cree still here? Cree, we should give Bud a bath sometime for no reason. No, don't do it. Yeah, I should probably do a bad movie night one of these. It's been a while. I think we haven't done one since like last spring. Yeah, my back porch, like the 3-season porch, is like a whole underneath section, and yeah, that's way too much space where dead things could hide. Thankfully, there hasn't been any. Although I think there's like some garbage under there still from the last owners. But maybe I could hire a neighborhood kid to crawl in there and get it. And I would like say some quotes from what was that movie, Snowpiercer? Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know if Bud would. I saw him eat a fly once. Does that count? He wouldn't hurt a fly. Actually, I would. No. A rabid raccoon? I remember seeing one of those in the country once, and yeah, it took more shots than I thought it would. Not that I would ever do such a thing. Well, yeah, cats are basically predator murder machines. It's in their DNA. Bud, are you a predator murder machine? Or are you a purder machine? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Brian, actually, these two I bought at Walmart of all places. Can't remember why. Oh yeah, because last Monday we had that analog trigger problem, and then I was like, I think, oh yeah, so like the day after that, after work I went to Walmart and bought like 2 more, and then I finished the controller like Tuesday night just so I could ship it Wednesday morning because I had to go to Spooky Pinball last week, so I shipped it. I shipped it on my way to Spooky Pinball. So yeah. You just can't trust Amazon shipping anymore. It used to be like, it's either like you can get stuff the same day, the next day, or it takes like who knows how many days. I preferred it when it was like 2 days, like you could set your watch to it. Remember those? No, basically before COVID, yeah. A halcyon age. Oh. Yeah, I don't have anything at spiders either. Sometimes if I catch one, I'll just throw it outside, but there's usually not too much of that inside my house. Sometimes in June there's some ants, but actually I didn't see any this year. Maybe they're coming out. Actually, no, there is some like ant stuff outside. I should probably drop some poison this weekend. My exciting life stories, yes. Fighting nature. Man versus nature, the road to victory. And the laptop is being wheezy at the moment. La da dee da da, la da 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 da. Sorry, I'm not home right now. I'm walking in the spider webs. Except in the shower. Oh, that's not good. I don't know, I think spiders are kind of cool. I just don't like fungus. I'm okay with all the creatures. Even bats, although bats are kind of freaky. But actually, I saw one of those outside the other day. It's like when they fly around, it's like you definitely know what it is. It's like, whoa, that was a bat. I don't know if it was hanging out. There it was hanging out. Hopefully it was outside of a building. No audio lag tonight? Well, there's a first time for everything. Maybe the laptop is a huffing and a puffing to avoid lag. It's a humming and a strumming all over God's world. Can't remember when you got your last meal, and you don't know how a woman feels. Till you caught your sister with the guys from the group. Oh, there was a bunch of those when I was chopping up limbs last weekend or the weekend before. There was it made me think of how they don't like you're not supposed to transport firewood in Wisconsin. That made me think of that because one of the branches had a bunch of whatever those black bugs are that have like pinchers. They're like about yay big. There was like a really big one I found near my garage. I actually took a picture of it and Googled it. It was like some sort of like, I can't remember what it was. Actually, I might still have a picture of it. You know, because my life is so exciting, I just take pictures of random bugs. Well, I do. Let's see, is he still on my phone? Oh, he is, yeah. I found that guy outside my garage a couple weeks ago. He was pretty big too. He was probably like, I don't know. He's probably like that big. So I picked him up. I took a picture, and then I like put him in a flower bed, so he wouldn't get stepped on. Of course, I tried to see if I could get him to like pinch something, so you know, just to make sure. Oh, new framework laptop. Oh yeah, I saw some other channel was talking about that. That Marquee guy, though, he seems kind of corporate, don't you think? But I guess he's cool. Like I can talk about being corporate. Corporate man! I don't think he was an elephant beetle. It was like some other sort of thing. I can't remember. I looked it up. Oh, I guess here. I guess if it's still on my phone, I can Google Lens it. Okay, Google Lens. Tell us what's up. It is a stag beetle. Okay. Times are getting hard for you, little girl. I'm a humming and a strumming all over God's world. Clunk and clunk. Are you tired now, bud? Did you have a long day of sitting around? I used to watch Rich Rebuilds a lot. He'd like try to fix Teslas and stuff. PPU bus undervolt. Oh, I like that channel where the guy finds like a truck in the mud that's been sitting there for 80 years and he tries to get the engine to run. That one's good. Can't remember what the name of it is. The serial port? Yeah, you can send RS-232 commands to the Roomba and tell it to like do things. I think we did a video about that a long time ago. Oh yeah, we were trying to make a Roomba that would pick up Nerf darts, if I recall correctly. Diesel Creek? I don't know what the name of it is. It's just like when I see it, I'm like, oh, I should watch that. I'm a humming and a strumming all over God's world. Make sure my dick isn't showing. Okay, I think we're good. Gonna end up on Wiki Dicks if I'm not careful. I'm not gonna Google that. Come on. I got there in the nick of time before he got his hands across your state line. Yeah. Oh no, unranked on WikiFeet. Oh, it's terrible. I have like really long toes. It's like annoying. That's a great question, Kenneth Thornton. And I guess you could probably make one with like pass-through pads and then solder around it. I think the reason I haven't done it besides laziness is I don't know if a flex would work for all the twists and turns that these cables have to take in order to get to where they are right now. It's probably possible, but I just haven't done it yet. And then the cables would be kind of long, so they would cost more too. But it's definitely something I could try. Oh, that's interesting. This one isn't the cost-reduced one. It still has that port. Hey, these are right next to each other on the shelf at Walmart. God, I had to have a person come over and take it out of the shelf for me. It's like, ugh. So why I don't like going to Walmart. No, it is a good question. It's a very valid question. I would like to try to find... Well, I guess we'll see what Xbox... I still think... Hopefully Xbox at least still makes controllers. I really think they're going to ditch hardware. Or they'll have like an Xbox branded PC. Or they'll make a streaming console. I still think about that a lot. Like when I was uploading that last video I made, it's like... It took Premiere like 15 minutes to render it, and then with Fiber it only took like 20 seconds to upload it. It's like, wow, the computer is the bottleneck now. Kind of makes you think. One minute you're a space captain, then you'd blow up a $30 billion space station and you're nobody. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Also, it was mostly Kif's fault. What? Just a broken down old bum who's reached rock bottom and is commanding officer. I'll save that wire. Alright, let's see. Why is right there. Yeah, I mean, you could probably make like 2 flexes where like, I mean, that's how the way a lot of mods work is they'll make a flex cable and then you kind of like lay it down on something and then solder it. Maybe you wouldn't even need to solder it, but just haven't done it. I mean, this is one of the most time-consuming parts. It would definitely save time if it worked. It would be cool if I could lower the price of these. Imagine that, if something went down in price. That would be a novel concept. Let's see, X, so A here. Hey, look, it's Charlie Berens. He's also drinking before noon. See you later, boy Finn. Yeah, I actually bought some eggs at Quick Trip last week. Yeah, they're way down. It was two dozen for $1, so it was 50 cents a dozen. If only we could run our cars off eggs. I usually get them for my breakfast, lunch, Sundays. I've been trying to like just have it be all protein, so I'll make like scrambled eggs and air fryer bacon. Let's see, right? 3. Hey, look, it's Charlie Berens. He's also drinking before noon. Lewis is getting black pilled? No, it's about goddamn time. Lewis still thinks voting matters, so I mean he'll get there eventually. Maybe when Mitch McConnell, he is dead, but we decided to wait until after the primary window had closed. Maybe that'll completely blackpill Lewis about voting. Maybe. I mean, I assume Louis Rossmann would have a Caleb Hammer arc. I think Caleb Hammer is probably like Police, where once you see, like shit enough times, like you kind of snap. Well, I don't mean like, because I know there's a big uproar about Madison cops shooting people, but by snap, I mean where you're like, oh God, this kind of sucks. I mean, I think there's a reason cops are very undiverse in their voting habits. Well, I think like New York City is like his ex or something. It's like his ex that he can't get over. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. Bud, take over the stream for me. Oh, yeah, you got to have a Bloody Mary there, on Sunday morning. Oh, Mitch is alive? Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, his new girlfriend is pretty hot. I just hope she doesn't I don't know. Hope she's not like a plant or anything. I know that sounds very conspiratorial, but there's a certain recently deceased figure where people think that about his wife too, so I don't trust anything anymore. I mean, 60 years ago, the powers that be killed a pro-peace president. And do you think the intelligence agencies have gotten more or less evil in 60 years? Jim Cramer. What do they call it? The inverse Kramer? Yeah, I just don't think AI. Well, AI is not affordable. It's not making any money, so it's eventually going to burst. And the irony will be like, oh, I can finally afford RAM, and I lost my job. Like I had to like cut way back on my Copilot. I was using it. I was like, oh, it's near the end of the month, so it makes you feel like a welfare person. Like, you know, the people were like, there was like some elite MFer who was like, oh, you know, we can pay people in AI credits. And then it's like, you know, you can go on Reddit, like because everyone, you can see people on Reddit, like they're all complaining about like AI token rug pulls like I was. And it's like, oh, it's the first of the month. I'm so excited. It's like, oh, so you're on welfare. God. And it's gone. Like, I think the Clarity Act is a long con, or not that long of a con, to get rid of Bitcoin or fold it into a digital dollar, which is what they actually want. So yeah, I don't trust anybody anymore. I'm like beyond black-pilled. Because, you know, I do a lot of reverse engineering. And so when you do reverse engineering, like, you think about things backwards. So, like, you look at things in the world, like, okay, what is some shit people have said that they want? Like, evil people have said that they want. And then you look at everything that's happening now, and it's like, oh, they're trying to do that. It's like you can't not notice a pattern unless you know, decide not to notice a pattern. So Louis Rossmann needs to detect a few more patterns, but I think there's going to be a point where he won't be able to not detect the patterns, because Louis Rossmann's obviously a very intelligent person. I just think sometimes people don't want to say things. You catch my meaning? Yeah, very, very good point, Brian Swift. Yes. That's why you see AI shoved into everything. It's so they can, like, oh, look, stockholders, we have AI in Adobe Acrobat. Yeah, that's why I get, like, when I see like Bernie Sanders complaining about millionaires or billionaires, because he's a millionaire now, so now he only hates billionaires. It's like, you just want to tax them. Like, it's like he's like, he hates them for the wrong reason. That's kind of my issue. Like, he needs to wake up too. Okay, I gotta remember that one of these probably needs to be bridged. Yeah, I had an issue today, Brian, and I was like, oh, since I was like being careful this month after the rug pull last month, I was like, I've only used 30% of whatever. And so I switched it to like Claude Sonnet 4.5 at a 6x rate. And even then it was like, I was like, I don't know, it seems like it almost is dumber than it used to be. So they upped the token rate and it's dumber on top of it. And then, yeah, it's like, I'll just do it myself. This is stupid. So it almost seems like it's less useful now too. Because I don't want to be a boomer and be like, oh, we can't use this for anything. But Yes, it's because yeah, sometimes you can be trying to fix something with it, and you'll spend more time trying to get the AI to do it right than you would just do it yourself. I definitely get that feeling sometimes, like today. Yes, I was adding. Well, I was adding a skill shot prototype to the new pinball, and it was working, but then it was causing like this error, like it was something like if you drained the ball twice before the skill shot flag cleared, it would throw an error. And I asked AI to see if it could figure it out, and it didn't. And then I'm like, oh, screw it. I'll just make it so that you can't drain the. I'll just give the player an unlimited ball save until the skill shot's over, because the skill shot's like longer. Because Spooky refuses to put plungers in their games, which I disagree with. So you have to like, kind of like try to make the skill shot. It makes it harder to make a good skill shot. But in this one, I came up with a pretty cool idea, and I got the prototype working today with temp graphics. But then, yeah, I had the issue I was just talking about. I'm sure it was like some sort of like, well, it was like, well, it's the usual, like 99% of my errors are always like object reference undefined, and yeah, I don't, usually AI is pretty good at tracking that stuff down, but not this time. Like there are many occasions, like on Evil Dead, where I would take user bug reports from Pinside and just copy paste them right in, and the AI, I didn't use it to fix it, but because I want to know what's going on, but it usually did a pretty good job of like saying, oh, it's probably here, and then it was usually right. And a lot of times it was just stupid stuff, but it did a good job of finding it. But I don't use it to do anything creative, so I'll use it to make like you know, like mover classes and stuff, like, oh, you know, like take this class from Evil Dead and redo it for the next game, but add this, this, and this, and it did a pretty good job with that. Yeah, sometimes it feels like the time you spend trying to massage AI's work, you could have just done it yourself. I'm not trying to... This is not Blast. This is Coors Banquet beer in the cool Cobra Kai bottles. Yeah, it's really good at like code refactoring. Like I changed... Like when I was switching over to the new game, I had this huge long text file, which of course I have not been checking off, but I would... For like a year, I had like this long text file, like, oh, here are all the things I want to do better on the next game versus Evil Dead. And so a lot of times you'll take a function, you'll take an old function, then you'll change it. But then I've noticed AI is pretty good. Like, so if you take the old functions that you're calling, if you comment them out and then you start typing the new function, it will do a pretty good job of like refactoring the old functions that you have commented out, and then you'll just like tab, and it'll create all the new ones. Like, it's really good for stuff like that. I mean, I guess it's probably still worth... Well, I don't know what my new plan will be, because my old plan was still active when they did the rug pull, so the prices will probably be different in the spring, but it's probably still worth $10 a month. But I don't know. There'll probably be more rug pulls. I'm gonna need a fast car. Faster than that. We're not just doing this for the money. We're not? No! We're doing it for a shitload of money! And our sequel will suck! Blatz is better than Coors? Well, I don't know if I believe that. Blatz is better than Hamm's. I've read that like Schlitz beer is going away. Like the last brewer of Schlitz is giving up. Schlitz threw it all away. Get out of the street, you drunken bum. Lisa, where are you? Oh, there's a Trans Am for sale near here. It's like, I don't know how much they want for it. It's like silver. Actually, no, I don't think it's a Trans Am. It's what's the other one that kind of looks like that? Not a Camaro, not a Trans Am. Like, shit. The one that's got like the 4 square headlights. I don't think it's maybe it's a Trans Am. I don't know. I'm sure they want like $10,000 for it. Oh, I would never buy one of those. An IROC? Yeah, that might be right. Yeah, look, I got on like a 1984. I probably would have known exactly what it was, you know, if I was still in high school, but I don't know what they're called anymore. I don't think it was a Trans Am. It was too new to be a Trans Am. I don't know if it was an IROC. I don't think it was that new. All right, gotta get the USB cable for everyone's favorite part. Test time. Test time with Tim the Toolman Taylor. I realized something, like, Tim Allen was in 2 movies in 1999 where a character watches a TV show based off them, and then there's a cliffhanger, and then it's like, the show was canceled, and the second episode was never resolved. So what were the 2 movies? Coors? Coors. How's it to be pronounced? Using my superpower of being able to pronounce all of the Wisconsin town names. It always drives me nuts. Like when that guy ran over everyone in the parade in Waukesha, and people on like CNN or whatever was like, a tragedy today in Waukesha as a car ran over a bunch of people. It's like, it's Waukesha, you dumbasses. Apparently Tim Allen's like also like a huge drunk. So I guess Galaxy Quest was a pretty good role for him. Tim, in this movie you'll play a drunk, washed up has-been who's a jerk. Oh, sounds perfect. Blech. Hold my hair.
Did you have a tornado too? There were a few tornadoes here a few months ago, but not recently. I'm sure my homeowners and all insurance will go up next year. I'm not looking forward to that. God, I had so many spam calls and emails about roof repairs. Actually, my neighbor Lee, we didn't get hail damage here, but apparently he was replacing his roof one day, he was replacing his roof one day, and then I asked him, like, why did you have to replace your roof? I'm like, we didn't get any hail, and he's like, the wind blew it off. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's still got like crappy soffit he needs to replace. His house is kind of trash, but if he fixes it up, then my property taxes will go up, so he can just leave it that way. I don't care. A tornado by Wausau? Huh. Really? We didn't really have any storms or anything here. No, his name is just Lee. Oh, God damn it. Shut up, Slack. I don't want to hear it. Do I have any white ones with the holes? Oh, there's one. Okay, do I have any wide white caps? I might not. I'll take any color, I don't care. Play with all the colors of the wind. I don't care if it's black or white. Oh! I gotta save the children from Mr. Big. You ain't bad. You ain't nothing. I made this new music video with this really cool guy named Martin Scorsese. Yeah, Michael's a really talented kid. I was like, yeah, I'll shoot a music video for you, Michael. You seem pretty cool. I'm Martin Scorsese. I haven't met Leonardo DiCaprio yet, so I need a muse. Nobody knows who Leonardo DiCaprio is yet. Yeah, so in this music video, I'm like this guy, and I'm bad. And the name of the song is Bad. So you know, I'm bad. It's like I'm in this preppy school, and I'm like a preppy, and I go home, and then there's people there, and they're like mean. And I'm like, I'm not a preppy, I'm bad. And that's the music video. Directed by Marty Scorsese. Director of Raging Bull, one of my favorite films. My dad would show it to us between beatings. Yes, I actually gave Bud his dinner before we even started. I didn't forget like last night. I did not see the movie. Was it good? I saw a clip of it on YouTube, and I kind of wonder if it was AI because they made Joe Jackson like a total a-hole. I mean, I guess that's real, but I was like, holy shit, they actually did this? I assume it was from the movie? I don't know.
you know, controversies aside, Michael Jackson. Well, I don't need to explain to all you Gen Xers about. I don't need to explain Michael Jackson to you guys. Yeah. It's like kind of like the early, right? It goes up to like what, 1984? Is that correct? So does it like start with like the Jackson 5 and then go up to like when his hair got burnt off? What's your favorite action theme? Oh, Riptide. God, I remember that show. God. Simon and Simon? Oh, man. Action theme? I don't really remember. The only one I really remember is A-Team. Gosh, I don't know. But yeah, we used to watch... God, we watched all of those. Like, it's weird. I watched all those shows, but I don't remember much about them. I remember there was like a red robot in Riptide. And then in the opening intro, they'd throw it in the ocean for some reason. But yeah, they had Simon and Simon and like Magnum PI and Knight Rider, Airwolf, Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, it's weird, but I don't really remember much of any of them. It's weird. It's just old people, yep. I remember, one thing I remember about Airwolf is my uncle who was an engineer. We were watching it one time, and he's like, "There's no way any airplane with all that shit in it would ever get off the ground." I still remember that. That's like boomer logic. Then I remember my stepdad seeing GoldenEye, and he's like, "There's no way anyone would be able to carry that much ammo." Yes, actually, yeah, Greatest American Hero, yes. That's what I remember. Again, like, all I remember is the theme. Like, I don't remember anything about the show. It's weird. You know, one time where was I? I was staying in this, I was staying with, we were in the Dells. And it was, my friends had bought these cabins, or they're kind of like trailer cabins, and they had just got them, because that was back when like people were buying cabins sight unseen during COVID. And so one of the cabins had like this big stack of like bootlegged burned DVDs in it, right? So after we were fishing, I think it was after we cooked the fish, we caught a lot of bluegills. We caught so many, like I froze some of them. And anyway, so we were looking through all these like bootleg DVDs that came with the place, and we were watching Alf. And I just remembered, like, we were watching an episode of Alf, and I remembered one of the jokes. It was the one where Alf and the dad go on a train and become hobos, and then the Doberman Pinscher shows up, and I remembered the joke where Alf said, "Don't let him pinch me." It was weird. I was like, oh my God, I remember this one particular joke after all these years. Or like I knew the joke was coming in the episode. All right, so now we need the thing, this. Oh yeah, Dallas had a great theme. I remember the theme more than the show. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. That was a key change. Dun 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 dun. And there was like all this helicopter footage of Dallas. Like, I didn't like that show, but my parents always watched it, so we had to watch it. Because, you know, there weren't any like robo cars or robo helicopters or redneck cars, you know, so I didn't give a crap about Dallas, but we always had to watch it. Because I remember many years later when I watched The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, and that movie's like, and introducing Victoria Principal. And I'm like, oh, she was in that Dallas show we had to watch all the time. Is John Milius still alive? He could fix Hollywood. Yeah, Sam Hafner. Nothing happened here today. It was a sunny day all day. So I had no idea there was any storms nearby at all. Because usually they'll roll through the state. So like someone on the west side of the state, like my family or someone at Spooky, will like, hey, there's a storm coming. And then I'll text like people I know in Milwaukee, hey, there's a storm coming. But we didn't see anything here. The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean is like the most John Milius movie that ever John Milius'd. Rick James and Linda Blair? Really? I never dated that chick from The Exorcist. Yeah, I dated that chick from The Exorcist. Because she could afford a new couch. Yes, Lily Langtry, played by Eva Gardner. Oh, there's a lot of big stars in that movie. Like the lead was Paul Newman, and then Victoria Principal was in it. Ned Beatty, yes, Ned Beatty was in it. Roddy McDowell, Stacy Keach, John Huston was in it as like a prospector or something. Yeah. Oh, Anthony Perkins was in it. That's a good movie. Posthumous Man Can Save Hollywood? Yeah, maybe. Otisburg, yeah. That was before Superman. I think that was I think it was before Deliverance too. Yeah, I think Judge Roy Bean was like 1974 maybe. I have one thing to add. Lily Langtry is a slut whore bitch, and I wouldn't waste a bullet on her, let alone my seed. It is a very, very, very sexist movie. Again, John Milius. '72? Yeah. Yeah, I remember, I think it was Dale or Jones. They were watching some movie, and there was a preview. There was a preview in front of it, for Judge Roy Bean, and it was a part, and he goes, "Justice, you sons of bitches!" And they're like, "Oh, what the hell is this?" So that's when like we all like sought out Judge Roy Bean. I think I had a VHS of it. I know I have it on DVD. I don't know if I have it on Blu-ray. Because, you know, you should, like, obviously buy every movie 3 or 4 times. I think I have... Shit, I'm trying to think. What movie do I have the most copies of? Probably Ed Wood or Spider-Man 2. What do I have? Ed Wood. Did I ever... I know I have Ed Wood on Blu-ray and DVD. Oh, no, that's a dumb question. The movie I have the most versions of is Dirty Dancing. Obviously. Because that was like the big inside joke. We used Dirty Dancing as a prop in Port Washington. So everyone's like, oh, this is your favorite movie, huh? So people like were buying me copies of Dirty Dancing. And then I ended up with... I have Dirty Dancing in every format. So I have Dirty Dancing... in every format, no exaggeration. So I have it in VHS, Beta, Laserdisc, DVD, and Blu-ray. I don't know if they made a RCA Selectavision of it. They might have. That probably was too late for like an RCA Selectavision. Gen X, the generation that's bought everything 5 times. Yeah, pretty much. And if Nintendo had their way, you'd buy it 100 times. Up, down, left, right. I mean, yeah, VHS would eventually degrade. I just don't know how long it takes. Because it's just rust. It's just rust on a piece of tape. Just like a floppy disk. I know a lot of my Atari floppy disks still work. Like, I dumped quite a few of them. So I know we've had some floppy disk nights. Terminator 2 in every format? Oh, the Terminator 2 Special Edition DVD was so great. It had so much stuff on it. It was crazy. Like the Steelbook one that came out in like, what, 2000 I think it was? That was like the most amazing special features DVD of all time. It was actually a double-sided, double-layer DVD. So it was a 4-layer DVD. So there was no art on it because you could put it in upside down. Because it came with one disc, but the disc was all 4 layers. So I think all the special features were like on the other side. Because DVDs, each side, most DVD, okay, a DVD can have up to 4 layers. So there's 2 layers per side, but most DVDs only have one side. But so there's the art side, and then the back is where the movie is. But it's like 4.7 gigabytes per layer. But then what they do is they change the focal range of the beam so you can focus through one layer and see the other layer. And that's how you get a dual layer DVD. So if you had like an Xbox 360 game, for instance, well, it didn't use up the whole DVD, but yeah, so it was like roughly 4.7 gigs times 2 plus like the reserve space. But God, yeah, that's such an amazing DVD. Remember when DVDs had all sorts of cool special features? Those were the days. Like if I bought a DVD or a Blu-ray of a movie I'd already seen, I would always, the first time I would watch it on disc, I would watch it with like the director's commentary. Like speaking of John Milius, like the Conan the Barbarian commentary, it's John Milius and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's amazing. Because like John Milius is like, every time the Valkyrie woman shows up, he gets all excited, and then Arnold's like, hey John, what's up with the tree? What are they doing there? What's with the wheel? What's going on? It's so awesome. Or like the anything with Sam Raimi is great. Like the Evil Dead. Actually, before I started the Evil Dead Pinball, I rewatched all 3 Evil Dead movies with commentary because I wanted to like, you know, kind of. Well, I'd watched them all before with commentary, but I just wanted a refresher in my head, and it's just so awesome. Like here's Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, like just like, you know, giving each other shit. Actually, I don't have the Blu-rays of Lord of the Rings. I have the DVDs. Now, but if there was a 4K Lord of the Rings is one of those movies that would be fake 4K, because those movies were shot in 35 millimeter, but then all the special effects were done in 2K. And actually, most movies still to this day, the majority of movies are posted in 2K. And most movie theater digital projectors are still 2K. So a very good chunk of modern movies, if it's like, oh, this is a 4K Blu-ray, it's actually fake. You didn't like Drag Me to Hell? I thought it was okay. Oh, I watched his new one the other, Send Help. That one was kind of weird. Kind of wonder if there was supposed to be like some sort of like hidden message in it. Well, yeah, because Lord of the Rings was... Yeah, pretty much once they started doing most... What we consider to be like modern digital effects, like... Pretty much anything from like Jurassic Park onward. Most of them are rendered at... Well, they call it 2K in movies, but we would call it 1080p. Like they had this device that it was like this RGB laser, and after they did the frames, the RGB laser would like shoot. It would like paint the image onto film, and that's how they put it back onto film. So even though it's on film, the resolution of the effects is still only 2K. Send Help, yeah. Yeah, Send Help was weird. It was like, gosh. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to explain without spoiling it, but like kind of what happens in the movie is like they set up the movie where like, you know, Rachel McAdams is like the empathetic character and her boss is like the complete douchebag, but then she kind of becomes a villain as the movie goes on. So it's very gray. Yes, I know, or this part where we put this thing on and it kind of is slow. Well, I shouldn't jinx it. Because usually the left-handed ones take longer because there's more wiring, but... No, don't jinx it, Ben. Don't jinx it. Jinx send Max to space! Hey, did anyone else get Jinx sends Max to space vibes in Project Hail Mary? Like the rock monster was like... Kind of reminded me of Jinx. Trying to send Max to space in space camp. Yeah, like the final line of Send Help. I don't know. It just kind of felt kind of. I don't know. It felt like there was some sort of like secret message to it. You named your new kitten Rocky. That's cool. Yeah. Remember in not Rocky, Space Camp, the robot was like, Jinx, send Max to space! For some reason, Rocky in Hail Mary made me think of that robot. I mean, come on. It was a movie in the 80s about NASA, and it had a robot. Of course I watched it. That was my thing when I was a kid. I wasn't like into monsters or like G.I. Joe or guns. I was into robots and like mostly robots. Yeah, anything with robots I loved. Like Short Circuit, obviously. Flight of the Navigator, I guess, had a robot and space. Or what was that movie Joe Dante did? The Explorers. That was another one. You went to space camp, it was nothing like the film? You mean a robot didn't send you into space with Kate Capshaw? Everything is crawling in here. That's why they call it the jungle, sweetheart. I feel safer sleeping with a snake. And cut! Hey baby, I kinda like the way you scream. Oh, thanks, Steven! You wanna, like, be my Saturday night thing? Oh, sure! That is how it happened. A modern version of Johnny Five? No, we don't need that. Oh. Yeah, I remember watching Flight. I like Flight of the Navigator a lot because it kind of felt like it was kind of like a power fantasy, you know, like a kid like finds a spaceship and then he goes into space and he's got like a robot eyeball to help him out. Phantom of the Paradise? I could use this controller at the Time Rift Arcade. Ooh, you can play Petsky Robots. Beauty. Oh, Brian De Palma film? Oh, what was it about? Flight of the Navigator. Yeah, I guess you can see how that's confusing. I actually met the director of Flight of the Navigator once down in Chicago. Seemed like a nice guy. Oh shit, Nick Castle. Not to be confused with the Gothic Castle. Yeah, I heard that too. Something rattling. I don't know. Maybe it fell out. It's like a loose tooth. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine about Kroll the other day because he was like, "Oh, I found this Atari at the recycle center," and I'm like, "Oh, grab it! I can use its chips for my project." And he was like, "Oh, wow, they have Kroll." So we were talking about Kroll, the Kroll cartridge. Oh yeah, that was right, Pete. That was Pee Wee Herman. Yeah. Damn, I forgot about that. Yep, Nick Castle was, yes, he played Michael Myers in the original Halloween. Yep. Yeah, it was when we were at this horror convention. It was the first. Actually, well, yeah, it was the first. It was the first horror. It was the first public showing of the Halloween pinball machine, and they were using my boards at the time. And so I went down there to do like a last minute safety bodge just in case. And so it was on the floor, and it was like right next to the station wagon that Dr. Loomis drove from the psych ward. So we were sitting there soldering the board, and then I don't know, 10 feet away from us, Fox Chicago was interviewing Nick Castle while we were doing that. So then after we got done soldering and after they were done interviewing him, we talked to him for a while. So yeah, he seemed like a nice guy. Don't turn it on, take it apart. I've got all of these controllers in my device manager because they all get a different ID. Let me remove them here. Yes. Oh, there's probably so many freaking devices on this laptop. You know, Windows stores all of that. Oh, dude. Okay, so the other day I was in this parking lot, right? Oh, Super Chat. From Taiwan Brown, the 8-Bit Guy has been hired to promote a formerly discontinued 80s and 90s drink. How would the commercial go? Hello there, 8-Bit Guy for Ecto Cooler. Have you been spending a long, hot day installing solar panels on your house in Texas? Cool off with a refreshing Ecto Cooler. Originally packaged in the 1980s, still determined by the FDA to be safe for consumption. You can also drink it at the gun range. I'm going to check something on this Atari over here. Something's wrong with the G diffuser. For anyone who wasn't here last night, yes, we built this amazing custom EEPROM cartridge. And then we worked on this with the one particular chip that seemed to work better than others. Excuse me. You can afford Ecto Cooler on a living wage. Oh, God. Looks like I used one case for everything except for the sink. I wonder if I should pull that up too. Switch to a 1K. I mean, it works. See, the idea is I'm going to like build my video circuit on this just to make sure it works. Because I just want to make sure that this works. So that I can order some PCBs and then hopefully they just work. So I'm taking it slow. Yeah, I remember Crystal Pepsi. What was that? What was like 93? And then like Van Halen. Was it Van Halen that did it was like, they used that Van Halen song, "It's Not What It Takes. Why Can't This Be Love?" I believe that was the official Crystal Pepsi song. But leave a comment below if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. Right now. You know, the food stuff I missed the most from the past was the Arch Deluxe. If I if I could snap my fingers and bring back one thing from the past that I enjoyed food wise, it would be that. It sucks. It sucks that I fucking love the Arch Deluxe, but now it's gone. Oh yeah, right now, there's no tomorrow. Right now, it's everything. That was Van Halen, wasn't it? Well, the rest of these are 3,300, so I guess, yeah, Sync should probably be 3,300 as well. Wasn't Crystal Pepsi just Pepsi without any coloring added? No, Randy, you're thinking of an earlier McDonald's product. That was like from 1988, where they had the styrofoam things they would never use today. So it was like there were two styrofoam things like this, and there was two styrofoam things on top, and they gave it to you in two halves. So like the lettuce and everything was on one side with the bun, and then the meat and everything was on the other bun, and you would lift off the top, and so it was even separated in the package, and then you put them together. I don't know what that was called, but that was, I want to say that was like 88 or 89. The Arch Deluxe was 96, I want to say. Lettuce in this economy? Bud, are you getting restless? Do you have a restless heart? Blah, 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 blah. All right, get a 1205 1K. Come on. No, that's a 6. No, 0805 12. There we go. Yeah. Oh no, OBS disconnected? No, I don't think anyone cared about styrofoam in 1988. I don't know. I just missed the Arch Deluxe. I thought it was really good. There's another YouTube channel that tries to reproduce obsolete food like that, and they actually did an episode about the Arch Deluxe once. Made globally sourced employee meat. There we go. Now we got 1Ks and everything. Well, no, I think the Arch. I mean, the burger was just a quarter-pound burger, but it had a special sauce, and then it had like this bacon ring. So it was like you had the bun, and the bun was a potato bun. That's also different. And then I want to say it had pieces of lettuce, not shredded lettuce,
And then there was like this bacon ring. So it was like strips of bacon, but they were like smushed into a ring. So it was like a circle piece of bacon somehow. And then there was cheese, and then there was a burger, and then another potato bun. And the Arch Deluxe was actually meant to appeal to adults because they wanted it to be not a kiddie burger. And so, I mean, I guess it appealed to me at the time, and I was an adult. Man, I loved the Arch Deluxe. Well, part of the reason I remember it is because I watched a YouTube video where a guy tried to recreate it. So he made a bacon ring. He tried to emulate the sauce. I think he actually baked his own potato buns. Yeah, and it also had a lot of. I remember it being very peppery. Like the bacon had a lot of pepper to it, so it had like this nice bite to it. It was just really good. And that was back when you could get a value meal for $3 or maybe $3.50. So a halcyon age. That's what the kiddos nowadays will never realize, like just how cheap things. I mean, even like, well, yeah, back in the 90s, everything was just so freaking cheap. I mean, not even compared to just now, but even compared to like the 2010s. And that was after all the Carter-Reagan inflation, and it was still feels cheap in hindsight. You know, you'd buy your $900 used car and then go hang out in your $300 apartment, and then you would buy a 12-pack of beer for $4, and then go to McDonald's and get an Arch Deluxe for $3.50. And your health insurance on your paycheck would be $10. Breakfast Baconator? Huh. Oh, I went to McDonald's last week, and what did they have? They had their what was it? It was one of their gimmick meals where it was like the McDouble value meal, and I got it, and it was almost like I guess it was a good bargain. It was like $6 plus tax, and you got a small soda, small fries, 4 nuggets, and a McDouble. And the McDoubles are actually fairly substantive if you get one. And I was like, ugh, this is too much. Because I like to tell everyone I have a beer gut, not a food gut. A pretzel bun? I think Culver's did that once. Yeah. I think the big thing, like, obviously, you know, all that fast food is inflated because of wages. I think the real problem is, like, it's not even the quality of the food. It's how long they let stuff sit. Like, I don't know, like a month or two ago, I got, like, the, I don't go there very much because the prices went up, but, the Wendy's has, like, their new chicken sandwich or whatever, and I got one a month or two ago, and it actually is pretty good, like the new spicy chicken. But then I went there like a week or two ago, and I went at the wrong time of day, and it was dog shit. Like it had been sitting for like 2 hours or something. I think that's the biggest problem. Like if you get fresh McDonald's fries, if you win the fry lottery, fresh McDonald's fries are still like top notch. But I think the problem is like with inflation and wage inflation, which is a bigger part of inflation that people don't even want to talk about or admit. You know, it's not even that the food is lower quality. I think they let it sit longer to save money, and that diminishes the overall average of the food. Fast food review. Yeah. I think, you know, what's good about a place like Culver's is not always, but usually everything is made fresh to order. I have gotten ass fries from Culver's before, but usually the fries are always good. And I think that's what makes it good. Maybe Chick-fil-A is the same way, although I don't usually go there. I think Culver's is better. But yeah, I mean, because you can't tell me that Culver's and McDonald's are using radically different food sources. I think it just comes. Of course, Culver's is a lot more expensive than McDonald's. Always has been. Yeah, I've heard that life hack Taiwan, but I've never tried it. Then you ask for salt packets. Yeah. Yeah, Randy. Like I would always love like because even before COVIDflation, obviously like shitty McDonald's was a thing. I would always love going to McDonald's in airports. Like you go to that McDonald's in the food court or the one by the piano in Chicago, and there was always a line, which meant everything would be super fresh. It was like the super fresh guarantee. Nearly doubled. Yeah, shit, that sucks. Paulie, I would say here in the last 5 years, because, well, pretty much all the inflation happened from like 21 to 22. I would say it's about 50%. Like, here it went from like, in like 2020 or 2019, you could get like a meal at Wendy's or McDonald's for like $7.50, and now it's like $9.50. So that's about 50% upgrade, which is still a lot. But, well, of course, you have a pretty weak currency down there, let's be honest. Also, like, McDonald's is so frickin' salty. It's crazy. Yeah, Randy, because the airport McDonald's are always super busy, and therefore you get fresh food. So yeah, I don't think it's even the quality of the food. It's how long they let it sit, and it doesn't sit around at an airport. Therefore, it's higher quality. And then I see things like you see these stupid articles like, people want healthy food. People want blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, they don't. It's like, if people wanted healthy food, Culver's and Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out would be out of business. People want tasty food. That's what really matters. Yeah, Josh Batten. You remember that movie, The Terminal, where Tom Hanks is like stranded in the airport and he collects like five or six quarters, and it's enough to get a Whopper or a Whopper Junior, like in 2004. Yeah. The McDonald's app. See, I think they push the app. They push cheaper prices on the app because they want to use the app to get rid of all of the drive-through. Because if they can get rid of the drive-through staff and the drive-through menu boards and all of that, if you can just app everything and pull up to the window, that'll save McDonald's money, and that's why they want to push the app. That's my... Actually, it's not even a conspiracy theory. That's 100% what they're doing. Chick-fil-A is healthy food. Yes, very healthy food. Subway as an alternative. Yes, it's super healthy to eat a loaf of bread. God, Subway's not even... Subway's not been good for a long time. Like, I drive past two Subways, and then I just go to, like, Melio's. They do have a Jimmy... Wait, is it Jimmy John's? Yeah, the Jimmy John's went in right across the street from Melio's, but I think I still prefer Melio's. I went to Jimmy John's a couple times, but... I think I actually went there a couple times, but, like, the subs weren't assembled very well. I know that's very pedantic. Like, the meat was all hanging out. I mean, they weren't, like, assembled badly, but... I don't know. They did feel like it was a little bit more meat for around the same price as Melio's. I mean, they're literally across the street from each other where I live, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Yeah, we still... I love Melio's. I go to Melio's probably like... Oh, maybe like once a month. It's like, for whatever reason, it's like... Sometimes like on a Tuesday... Well, not today, but sometimes on a Tuesday I'll be like... I'm going to go to Melio's. And I just get a sub. Yeah. I used to like order Melio's. Like when we were doing the show, like... I think there was a Melio's like half a mile from the shop, so I would, like if we were busy, I would like order Melio's all the freaking time. Because that was back when you could order a sub, a pickle, or a sub and French fries and a drink, and it would be like $11, and then you could give the guy $15, you know. So you could be all in for like $15 easy. Delivered, I don't think that's too bad. Melio's is gone in Milwaukee? Oh, that sucks. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, I love Melio's. I like how they carve out the sub. They like canoe out the bread, so it's more sub than bread. That's what I like about Melio's. Potbelly, I never tried that. Jimmy's is real fast food, in and out in no time. Yeah, no, that's weird. Like, actually, the same street, like, also right across the street from each other, we have, what is it? Papa John's and Papa Murphy's. And I've never, I think I've eaten, Papa Murphy's is the one where they make you a raw pizza and you take it home and cook it, right? Yeah, Papa John's, that's where, what used to be where Papa John's was? I forgot. Oh, I think it was like one of those stupid nutrient stores. Kevin Rose paid for your lunches? Oh yeah, Quiznos was good. Actually, there was where the Jimmy John's I was just talking about in that same location like 10 years ago. It was a Quiznos, but they all went out of business, I think. And they had the rather good ads. That was awesome. Bud, what are you doing up there? Are you getting restless? Do you have a restless heart? Boston Market is gone? I didn't know that. Alright, I should probably call it a night. Oh, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Bud, look how big you are. You are the biggest cat in the world. You are even bigger than a tiger. You are a super tiger. Dun dun, see if he'll accept. Dun dun dun. Oh, no, no. Oh, he hates that. God, that's weird. Why does he hate that so much? Alright, I'll see y'all later. Yeah, Quizno Dead Rats. Yeah, those were the sponge monkeys from the website rathergood.com. Great site. I actually knew what the sponge monkeys were before they were in the Quiznos ads. So when I saw it on TV, I'm like, holy shit. All right. If we don't have any controller orders, like next week, we'll probably work on this video circuit. All right, we'll see y'all next time. They didn't pay their workers for months. When you started the entire game, I don't know.